Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Something obviously we don't have very done. I always said I will do it consistently, but I never got around to doing it. But you know what? End of the year, we're going to start to meet to go on. And I'm going to when I do reviews from now on, I'm going to do reviews and play that into in one hit. And yeah, something a bit different. And obviously, as I said, I am bringing back the podcast in when the new year does hit. If you're new to the channel, do hit the subscribe button. Hopefully you can hear me now. Bloody microphone. But yeah, all we've got is chat. Big up, Steve. Hope you're okay. Hope you're keeping well. And it says free. What's that? Chat. Big up, Steve. Right, now it's working. Cool. So basically, that's the same point as mute itself. Basically, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe, do smash the like button, do share the content around. But as Steve says here, big up Steve in the chat. Again, says 3 badly needed points, but the performance was not good. The usual players were good, but the rest were average or worse, like Man United game back in October now? Bloody hell. November 1st, actually. We were lucky to escape with victory. I kind of agree. I get what you're saying, and I kind of agree. The performance wasn't great, but because of the situation we found ourselves in recently, I'll take whatever win we get. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna grab and fucking run with it. Let's be honest. Up till Boxing Day, we weren't getting wins, no matter what performance we put in. But yeah, again, the kids stepping up, which I'll get into as well. Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, putting the experienced boys to shame. Even our captain put him to shame. And sort of, again, that when it comes to Bangman, because I'll get onto his when I get onto his rating later, his performance as a whole does cast a more of a shadow over him as a player in his performance, because he's not getting any better, no matter who plays, no matter who's playing where. Individually, his performances are fucking appalling at the moment. It's not taking out the equation of the contract situation of he signed this and the other, what he gets now. His performances have been appalling, and last night was arguably his worst. It sort of brings into question now: should he now be guaranteed starter because he's club captain? Does Lacazette get ahead of him because now Lacazette is performing a bit better? He is scoring goals. Is it fair that Lacazette should be punished just because someone else is his best mate's captain? Personally, I think come Saturday, Lacazette has to start. If Aubameyang ain't performing, he has to earn the right. He has to earn the right to be in that 11. You can't just because you're a recent top goal scorer in recent times, and you're basically doing what scores those goals this and the other, or you're a club captain, bloody right. That means you have to play. No. Because that mentality wise, he gets complacent. Hence why we're having what we're having with his performances. And being honest, again, looking forward, looking to the future, we don't need that sort of complacency, club captain or not, my best players. And what sort of example would that then show the youngsters, the ones that are currently performing and dragging the team through and putting the Aubameyangs to shame, etc.? Because eventually they'll be like, well, hang on, if we can do it, and we're working our asses off, why should we? But as a whole, yeah. I mean, the first 15 minutes of the game, we started the first 15. We were the team on the front foot. We put the pressure on. We were doing everything that you'd expect of us when our set first came in. The high press, everything down to a T. We were making chances, causing them havoc, etc. Then, yeah, from 15, then as soon as the clock hit 15, it all went out the window. Something went off in all their heads as a collective. They took their foot off the gas, quite literally, and Brighton got themselves into a game which they shouldn't really have been got into that easily. And they started creating chances and causing a bit of a problem for us defensively. Not heavy problems that we've been facing recently for the last month and a half, but still problems. I think the fact that what's his name, the Brighton manager, what's his name now, the fact that he made decisions on his 11, which from a neutral, taking out the equation who we were playing them, take from a neutral perspective, that was a bit odd. Dropping the likes of Mopé and all that, and Trossard onto the bench. It is and was concerning. It must have been concerning for Brighton fans. Brighton fans have since the game's finished, been going off on all social medias apparently, basically calling for the manager's head. What was he playing at? And if he'd played the Trossards and the Mopé strikes from the start, maybe the result would have been different. Because that 15 minutes to the 45, they could have scored, and with them players, as I've mentioned, they would have. Especially Mopé, because obviously with everything that happened in the summer, we could do in the whole aftermath of what happened back in the summer. You'd think he'd be really pumped for last night, making a point he wanted to play in this, that, and the other. And he finds himself basically on the bench, basically warming the bench for the evening. We could argue he's the best strikers, but from our perspective, that was fantastic because it helped us out massively. I mean, second half, the players come out. There was a rocket shoved up their arse by Martinelli. You could tell because again, apart from the first 5 minutes, where it sort of started as it ended, with Brighton sort of in control. Suddenly, you could see the urgency in the players that weren't stepping up in the first half. Because apart from the three youngsters, everyone else is like, do we have to be here sort of attitude? Pick up one in the church as well for going to check with me. Work all day, so glad Potter made a rick. Exactly, benefited us performance actually. But yeah, it's just suddenly that from the 55th minute onwards, we sort of again suddenly took control of the game and we started causing them havoc and really getting in their faces. And that was such a goal. Martinelli, how he didn't score last night. 0-0. Oh my days. No. If anyone deserved a goal last night, it was him, let's be honest. Smith, though, the exact same what he did on Saturday, doing the exact same thing, getting involved, making tackles, getting back and making tackles, getting stuck in. Showing some passion for the badge and all that, and that he cared. And that's all we ask for from fan base. Look, we don't look as a fan base, like any fan base, really. Well, probably Man City, but the plastic Man City fans and event boys of Chelsea. We don't expect to win every game. All we ask is the players that go out on that pitch give 110%, show they give a fuck. And if we lose, look, we lose. It'll hurt, but at least we would have seen the players give everything. But they kind of didn't, and in the last month and a half, and that really grinded our gears. And then hence why before Saturday it was like, yeah, we're going to have a long season. Saying that bottom three. Suddenly the mood's changed, obviously, in the last couple of games because we've got back-to-back wins now. And I'm so glad to be proven right. Because for weeks, I've been saying, and so has Andrew and all the others, we were always screaming, Give the youth a chance. What have the youth got to do to be given a chance? What could possibly go wrong at this moment in time, the situation we're in? And so far, 2 games in, and they've been our best performers, and we actually have won games because of their flair and creativity and just wanting to play for the badge and play for the club. Exactly, Ron. That's what I'm saying. For weeks, basically the big, huge chunk of that month and a half, we were saying, where's Smith Rowe? Why is it only Saka? Or when Saka doesn't play, why is he not playing? Martinelli, obviously, we knew he was injured at the start of it. Obviously, asking for kids and all that. Don't want to rush him back and things like that. That's fair enough. But Balogun and things like that. And we're just saying, this is the thing. He's only started 3 kids, and we've seen a drastic improvement in the result-wise anyway. If we can obviously give him a couple more games, this is the thing, don't change. When it's a winning formula, don't change fuck all. Keep going, keep giving him a couple. Obviously, you've got this Saturday coming, then you've got the following weekend, the FA Cup, then you've got the following week, Crystal Palace, then Newcastle, midweek of that week, and then Southampton, Man United. Well, obviously, this positivity, this high of being positive and winning games is going, keep them in. And then, slowly and gradually, add Bellinghams into the squad, the match day 11 and things like that. Bit by bit, grow and use that. You don't have to go out. It's just showing we don't have to go out and immediately buy players in the positions that these players are playing in because they're good enough. Send Louise and Willian on garden leave. Yeah. Apparently, someone saying on Twitter. That's not on Twitter. They've said it on Twitter. I think it's on his Instagram. Might be on his Instagram. I haven't looked. But apparently, they've moved Arsenal from his bio on Instagram. It must be Instagram because he's not on Twitter. I've checked his Twitter. Still got Arsenal on there. Oh dear. Oh. Mark's asking, what are your thoughts on Costa and Isco rumours? Costa, new, hell no. No. That's, again, ship sailed long ago. And again, the sort of player Costa is doesn't suit what Arteta's trying to build here in his philosophy and his style going forward for the future. And he calls it too much problem anyway. I mean, we're hearing these rumours. It sort of did last couple of games have sort of rammed it home a bit more that it could be true that the Willian and Louise situation is that they could be causing havoc in the dressing room. Add a fucking third ex-Chelsea player who also, in his time, was part of that little clique, that little trio. Complete the trio, and fucking God knows what's happened to this club. God knows what's happened to Arteta then. Because we saw in Conte's second season, when he was defending champion and all that, the shit he was getting from Willian, the shit he was getting from Costa on a week-to-week basis. It's not worth it. It's not worth the ag. And again, he's too old. Why we got to keep going for the fucking eight ex-Chelsea rejects and players that are near the end of their career? Are we the new West Ham? No disrespect to West Ham, but are we the new West Ham of being in retirement home FC in London? No, hell no. So, Costa, stay well away from. He's more trouble than he is anything else. Isco, well, the rumours I'm hearing is only for it to be a loan, but 6-month loan or 6-month deal or something like that. With the idea to bring either use that 6-month time to give Smith Rowe a bit more breathing space to sort of feel like he's not the only one being thrown in it in that position, so he's got a bit more experience to lean back on. If that's the case, okay, I can get on board with that, and then obviously come the summer, we reassess things, and obviously Isco goes back to Madrid. If Smith Rowe's obviously ready to be the first choice in that position, we go with that, but then we still have to go out and get a player in that position that's gonna be happy to come in as a backup in that position to start off with, but that will still provide competition to Smith Rowe in that position. Just so Smith Rowe doesn't do the typical thing of get comfortable and drop off performances like we've seen for the years that we're seeing at the moment with Aubameyang. Oh dear. Go back into the chat before going to play. Go back into the chat. Well, I'm saying, what is why is he blundered into playing the young ones as he had no choice? Yeah, that's going back to that. Yeah, but it's worked, and that's the thing. He can't because it's worked and it has been successful. He cannot go back on it now and go, well, this plays back and that plays back. The experience plays back. So, bye kids, I'll go off back to the under 23s. He can't. He literally can't do it because he'll get fucking crucified, not just by the players in the dressing room themselves that don't agree with it, but the fan base. We know what a fan base is like. They'll fucking crucify him. He's just starting getting back on, like, calm things down, get the fan base calm and calm things down. But to go then 180 because that players are back to go, well, actually, now I've got to play Willian, now I've got to play Louise and and that one and that one. But Smith, you've been doing well back in the under 23s. Saka, you're back on the bench now. Martinelli, back on the under 23s, off you go. It'll cause an absolute shit show within our fan base. They will crucify him. There'll be no coming back from it. And as the old saying goes, don't fix what doesn't need fixing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. End of. And like Steve says here, no to Costa, same as me, no to Costa, yeah, and loan for Isco. If it's a 6 month, if Isco's a 6 month loan deal, just to ease the pressure as it's for the next few months of Smith Rowe, so to speak, and give him a bit more breathing space, and also had that experience of an Isco just there in the background. There's no harm in that. I don't see no harm in that because it doesn't say his development, and I think it just gives him that bit of extra support, so to speak. So then come next season, it should benefit him in a way where he can come straight in during the pre-season and make that position his own. And then, but as I said, we still have to then go out and get someone who will be happy to initially come in as the backup to Smith Rowe, but also at the same time know that he has a chance if he steps up and that player steps up, that he'll get a chance to overtake a Smith Rowe if Smith Rowe was to drop off and things like that. And Smith Rowe will know that. It keeps him motivated as well. It's all beneficial to everyone, really. But the one thing Arteta cannot do right now is go, come Saturday or the FA Cup weekend, right, all the kids, go off, you're back in the under 23s or on the bench, whatever. Willian, Louise, you're causing me trouble, but fuck it, you're back in the team. You back in the team. You're back in the team. Aubameyang, you're out of form, you're playing crap. You're in the team no matter what. You can't do that because he will get crucified. But he needs to know that. Hopefully he knows that already. Hopefully someone's telling him, don't do it. But it's not just a fan base, it'll be the players that will fucking revolt against him as well. And then we're back to square one again. Everything we've seen for the last month up till Saturday will be surfaced again. Last week, I think. Big up Guy as well. I hope you're keeping well and obviously looking forward to Saturday evening. Let's look through the chat. Sorry, as always saying hello to everyone. Yep, that's cool. We've got John in the chat as well. Hope you're keeping well. But yeah, obviously, what I was saying before getting play ratings, obviously what Arteta's been doing has worked. because last night, as everyone saw, when Lacazette came on, we weren't exact. Me and the guys weren't exactly that happy. Not against Lacazette. I think it was the fact of who I took off in his place to bring him on for was Martinelli. I think, what? No, what are you doing? Etc. All that jazz. Oh, for God's sake! And even the other Ryan that was on there last night as well, saying he's too scared to bring off Aubameyang. Which is proven, by the way. And then in fucking 20 seconds, not even 20 seconds, Saka's making a fucking darted run down the right hand side, and then crossing the ball, and Lacazette touches it, and then his second touch is literally just put it into goal, and what a goal! Oh my God! When you see it from beyond, when you see the shot being taken from beyond the goal, it looks even better than what you done. First time you see it live. Mark's saying in terms of also I said about the loan situation, about if it was a loan situation, I'd be on board with it. If there's anything else, then no. We'd like a loan, a January loan. Isco's a Spaniard, might well happen. True. But as long as it's a loan, if it's anything more than a loan, if it's like a permanent deal or something, then hell fucking no. Because that would then stunt the development of Smith Rowe. Be like, well, what the fuck? I want to say no more effing old players on massive wages. Exactly. Oh dear, rather young, hungry potential all day long. This is what we've been saying for weeks, though. And as we've noticed, and as I haven't really touched on it tonight, but it has been mentioned, he did stumble across it by force. It wasn't like he just decided to try it for the sake of it. It was forced upon him. But because it's worked, he can't go back on it. As I said, because it's worked, he can't go back on it. Isco would improve our squad, but yeah, what I'm saying is because of his age as well. If you take consider his age as well, it would be more beneficial if it was just a loan deal. It would just be our luck if we went out. Not just stunting Smith Rowe, blocking his confidence. You'll then see Isco come in, and then we'll have a fucking Dennis Suarez situation on our hand. I'd rather, if that's the case, I'd rather it be a loan because we can send him back if it doesn't work out or whatever. Whereas if it's just fucking we're stuck with a player who've permanently signed the player for X amount of years, 2.5 to 3 years, whatever, we're stuck with him. Whereas if there's a loan, it's beneficial to all parties because he gets a bit of playing time. Smith Rowe gets a bit of that pressure relieved off him as a youngster, but also he still gets the game time and this, that, and the other. And the same for Isco, he'll get the game time, but obviously you'll be made aware that you're just here to support someone through their development, etc. I'm saying makes any sense. Oh dear. Bloody hell, there we go. I got into it now before going to play ratings, such as the goalkeeper Maximo, Saliba, Kanate, Upamecano, Sangodu, Florentino, Tonali, Kamara, second midfielder, I can't even pronounce that fucking name, Jesus Christ, Nkone, striker, Badu, not Badu, but probably different, but I do apologise for offending anyone. But yeah, but the most important thing was we did get the result. We did get the 3 points. That's the main thing. And considering we're going to face Big Sam on Saturday, it probably won't be as easy as he's made out to be. But you know what? It's confidence again. But as I said, before we get to play ratings, the only change I'll make to the 11 would be Lacazette in the 11 for Aubameyang. Because he's performing at the moment. He's scored 2 goals. Yeah, one of them's a penalty, but he had to score it. His performance as a whole is better as well. Taking away from the goals, his performances have been better than the last couple of games. So he does then deserve it. to be like that main strike at the moment, ahead of Aubameyang and Eddie. Out of them three options, obviously. And Aubameyang doesn't deserve it. Just because he's captain, doesn't deserve to be. Doesn't mean he should be no matter what in the 11. He has to earn it. If he can't earn it, one way or another, even as a sub, if he can't come on as a sub and put a performance in, he keeps on staying on the bench. If he upsets him because he's on high wages or whatever, or because he's a club captain, he thinks he should be tough. That's not the mentality we need to have. Because like I said before at the beginning of the stream, what sort of mentality does that then show the players, the youngsters that are coming through? They're like, well, hang on, we're working our bollocks off. Obviously, we're in the same, but we're working our bollocks off. Yet he's doing, even though he's our club captain, this, that, he's not putting the same effort in what we are. So why the hell should we? And then that rot sets in again, and then we'll be back to square one. As I said, everything again, as we've seen for the last month and a half before Boxing Day, will seep back in again, and then we're like, oh, fuck. Then we are fucked. Then, and Arteta will be fucked. His time will be limited. Then there'll be no coming back from it. John saying, Warren saying West Brom will be a lot harder. Set pieces will fit. Yeah, I expect him to be a harder team because it's Sam Allardyce and how he sets his teams up. He loves frustrating the fuck out of Arsenal for some reason. It's like the last I'm trying to think now. 17, 18 years, and it's obviously got Bolton up in 2001, 2002 season. He's been an absolute bastard majority of the time to fucking get a result out of. Every now and then we had the odd big win against them. We just fucking go, okay, 3-4-0, okay, piss off. But that's once in a blue moon. Even we should beat West Brom. Yeah, we should. That's what I'm saying. We should with the players we have at our disposal. But don't take anything. For fuck's sake, don't take anything for granted. This is Arsenal we're talking about. This is the same Arsenal could turn up and go cross up like this is. In terms of mentality, I'm not saying it's the same players, obviously, because it didn't players from Monaco back 2015, but the mentality is the same technically, really, at the moment, where they cross that white line and think, before they've even kicked the ball, yeah, we're the Arsenal, look at us, we've on Aubameyang, on Lacazette, we've already won the game before we've kicked the ball. And then what happens? We get shown up beyond belief. And then we're back to square one again. Going into the FA Cup game as well. Yay. Warren's also saying, John, Big Sam, against previous manager, I fancied us. It's just Big Sam, though, isn't it? It's something. He does like to turn up against Arsenal. Of all the big teams out of the years, there's always been Arsenal lots to turn up against, mostly. That sort of shows pro-esque, so we say. But yeah, I'm getting to play ratings now. Obviously, you've got to start with Goalkeeper Leno. Now, this could have been a different score. I'm going to give him 7. He didn't have much to do, but what he did do, he dealt with and looked comfortable, didn't make any errors. Obviously, as I said previously, it could have been a lot different. There was one moment where it could have gone all pear-shaped at 0-0 in the first half. Ball comes to him, he starts kicking the ball up, doing keepy-ups, and I'm not going to try and pronounce the player's name that played in the striker role. Comes running towards him as he's doing his second keepy-up. And literally, if he hadn't needed it at that exact time he did, we could have been a lot and got it over, knocked it over him, and then gone around and got rid of it. It could have been a lower score because that could have gone obviously against him. The player would have got either Vic straight off him into the goal, or the player would have got hold of it and just knocked it in the net, an empty net. And that for me would have brought the score down to at least being harsh or not, because it would have been a different game as well. 3s and 2s, but again, no mistakes, because that didn't happen. There's no mistakes made. Solid. Have to give him a 7. There's nothing really testing wise that he had to do other than getting rid of that fucking ball as players coming towards him. And then we go to the back four. We did the wing backs first. Right back, Hector Bellerin. Right, this is a touchy subject for the guys last night because it's like the Jekyll and Hyde Bellerin we got last night. Crap at first. The majority of the game was like, literally like nothing you can really praise him for. He was just there. He was just okay, got a paycheck today, whatever. He wasn't really putting in the performance. It's like he was listening to like the Colin on the chat last night, and we was like talking about straight jackets. Like he heard the word straight jacket. He's like, that's it. And suddenly he's just out of nowhere got the other side, the good side of Hector that we see every now and then. So I can give him a 6. I can't give him any higher. I think any lower, based on the fact he did get better in the end, would be harsh. I think if he consistently stayed as he was, it would have been a 4 again. That's been nice. But yes, I think 6 with Hector. I think it's fair. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think? I might be being too harsh or whatever. Let's go back into the chat quickly because a few people popped in. Big up Brownie. Condolences yesterday. Come on, Wickham. Oh dear. There's a joke, by the way. Don't dislike the thing. Do all you can if you want to. But don't unsubscribe because I'm having a laugh with you. You do it to us, we do it back. Back and forth banter. That's all it is. West Brom will be a foul mood after what happened to them facing Leeds, yeah. They claim the game will not sit well with Big Sam now. And you could tell that from the after-match press conference. Yeah, he said some confident we should. No, I'm not being overconfident because I don't want to get into that low sense of security, but we should beat them. Mark saying, luck of Uber, and why not AC on that? Yeah, that's another one actually you could throw in. He's on the bench, so technically he won't be technically adding in his squad. He's still in the match day squad, so yeah, why not? But then he has dropped his performance levels quite a bit recently. It's very concerning because he made some mistakes actually that could have fucking cost us. I think he'll be one of our lowest rating players tonight. By the way, guys, before I move on, actually, I've got to remind you, I will be coming back not long after ending this stream for, obviously, at 10 to 8. I shall be back on on this channel on another stream for the Newcastle versus Liverpool watch-along. Probably be depending on the watch time hours, and if it gets over that 4K time, I'm so close now. It takes me over it. This will be the last. Obviously, that will be the last stream of the year, and obviously New Year's Day. But I've got 2 watch-alongs planned in my head. Obviously, Arsenal West Brom in the evening. I might be doing the old firm. I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet. Because obviously, Arsenal. What I did say, I'll do the Arsenal be the first watch-along of the new year and all that. So I'm sort of in two minds about that one. But yeah. So yeah, don't forget to go over. It's streams already set up as well. So go and give that a like and put some reminder so you don't forget about that either. Hopefully I'll see you all there. And then Kieran Tierney, and he's rating because I'm doing fullbacks before I do the centre backs. Give him a 7. Again, didn't do anything wrong, but wasn't really tested either defensively. But did everything he had to do without making it look too hard or too difficult, so to say. Again, another point. Amongst everything that's been going on, that I covered recently, one of the very, very, very few positives we can sort of take out of a game. Big up, Warren, saying back break over, back to work. Take care. See you next game. Yeah, see you on Saturday, mate. Take care of yourself. Oh dear. No, right, and then we do the centre back. Was it Holding and Marley? So Holding. I mean, out of the 2, again, there's the odd occasion where a loose ball, he'd pass the ball, it'd loose because it was so lackadaisical of him, or lazy of him to do it. It's like, yeah, sort of pass. You'd get that. You get that. Oh God, what's he doing? Because he got 2 or 3 times, especially in the first half, he did it. You had the ball. All you do is just lump it or pass it. Just make a simple pass. It's a simple passes to a teammate, which he was fucking up on it. It's concerning me. Obviously, second half it improved, but again, as a whole, he obviously held his nerve in the second half and didn't cause us any problems second half wise. I don't know. It's just again the Hector Bellerin inconsistency came to him. But you know what? To get in at half time with the clean sheet and come back out and have a far better performance. Again, hats off to Rob. And I think having someone that's not Mustafi or David Luiz alongside him is benefiting him because he's not panicking, not completely overthinking things, and he's having that time to calm, collect himself, and go again. I'll give him a 7. I'm gonna give Mario an 8 as well, because for me, out of the two, for me, Mario's has that slightly better. Again, it wasn't really tested. Defensively, this is the thing. He wasn't really tested as a whole defensively. It was just either the performances are a bit mere at times during the match, or they'll make an error for pass and things like that. And you're scratching your head thinking, "Oh God, damn, not now, not today. Any time but today. In training, maybe, but not now. We need the points, for fuck's sake." Whereas Mari actually, out of the pairing itself, didn't make it. From what I remember, no mistakes in the passing. It's calm, collected. Didn't make any stupid fouls either, and that was actually solid as a rock. And that, the more, because obviously he come back from a big injury as well, the more we're going to get to see of Mari as well. The more time he's getting to play, his performances are getting better. This is what I was saying again after the Chelsea game during the stream, near the end of that stream, was saying, because obviously the penalty, everyone's like, "Oh, we gave away a penalty." Yeah, you got to remember, it was late in the game. He's only just come back from a long-term injury. You could clearly see from the way the penalty was given away against Chelsea that it was more fatigued than anything else. He was just his body was completely shattered. The more he plays, the more fitter he gets, match fitness wise, that will be eradicated, and we'll see the bigger, better performances from Mario. And I know it's one game later on, but it's sort of proved my point. And hopefully it'll continue to prove my point the more he plays. Again, the longer he keeps playing and stays injury free, hopefully. Touch wood. Now, the midfield. I think we'll touch on Elneny. We'll get Elneny out the way, because it has been mentioned in the chat. We're getting out the way, sorry. Pardon me. Days. I think it's just hard. Hard. I was disappointed last night of Elneny his performance as a whole was an understatement. Especially, but then it goes to prove him and Xhaka doesn't work. It never will work. It hasn't worked ever, but it never will. But out of the two, he was the worst, and he'd get the ball and he'd run with it, or he'd run into a Brighton player, or he'd have the ball and again, like I said about Rob Holding, was some of the simple passing that Rob Holding made a mistake on. One or two, I think it's 2 or 3 times. I think Rob Holding did it in an entire match. Whereas every time he got the ball, he didn't look comfortable. He didn't look half of the play that we've seen in the first part of this season, where he's sort of come back and we've all said he's had that sort of Chambers effect from last season, where he had that point to prove to the club and the manager that he wanted to stay and fight for his place. It's just one of them games where nothing went right for him. But saying that, I have to mark him on that and judge him on that and say it wasn't your best game. You know you can do better. But then, what do we expect? Do we expect the eights and nines out of 10 performances from someone like El Neni on a consistent basis? Not really, no. But you still expect a 6 at least at a push. And last night was nowhere near. It was just literally, as I said, everything he touched went. He just didn't look up. It went wrong. He didn't look up on the ball. Kept running into fucking Brighton players. He didn't run into him. He literally passed it. There was one moment he had the ball in the first half, dribbling a bit. He went to pass it, a short pass. When there's a fucking Brighton player coming that way as well. Obviously you've seen it in your eye line as well. He's just gone, there you go, and it almost gave it away. And I was like, he never sort of got his head in the game at all. He's just completely out. And it did frustrate me. And I've got to mark him down for it. I think he's going. I've got to give him. It's got to sound harsh because we won the game. But based on his performance and the mistakes he was making, I have to give him 2. And that's just my opinion. Okay, you guys might think I'm being harsh on that and be a bit too harsh and all that, but I'm just based. The majority of that market is coming from the consistent mistakes he was making last night, either running into players or giving the ball away in simple passes and just the stupid fouls as well. It just sort of reminded me of the El Neni we saw before we went out on loan last season. It was that sort of performance, and that was like an eye opener. Obviously, we know he ain't gonna be a long term part of the club going forward, long term. But for the season itself and how well he has played this season, there's no getting away from that. It's just a bit of a eye opener, so to say. It also, as I said, it goes to prove that it goes to prove him and Granit do not work together. It just doesn't work. For whatever reason, it just doesn't work. But on the flip of that, when it comes to Granit, it wasn't the best. It wasn't a great performance. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't. He had moments, shall we say. But as a whole, again, I'm going to give him a 7. No more than that, but no less either. But it's not a high 7, it's like a low 7. That's just the skin of his teeth 7, basically. It wasn't, as I said, it wasn't a great performance, but it wasn't fucking awful like El Neni either. And at least he did try as well. He did try and rectify mistakes and things like that, and any errors he would make, he would try and rectify it. But hey, yeah, exactly, John. John saying in the chat, El Neni and Xhaka both aren't good enough. Yeah, exactly. Long term, neither of them are good enough. But basically, I've last up performance, a pair of them. One was fucking dog awful, and one was okay. It wasn't awful either. They're both could have both fucking turned up last night and done an El Neni on like. They both had a similar performance. Fuck, but in a negative sense, fuck me, we'll be fucked. At least Granit actually wasn't as bad, and as I said, tried at least, and made had some positive times during the game, this, that, and the other. But as I said, it wasn't a great performance either. But it was like, it's a low 7. It's a very soft 7. But yeah, long term, we've all discussed it on this channel before, and other channels as well, Andrew's channel, Albert's channel. They're not long term. They ain't good enough anyway. But long term, they're not going to be part of this club's future. They will be gone come January. I won't say to January. I'll say come the summer, they'll both be gone. Because in the meantime, you're giving Thomas Partey, obviously once he gets back from injury and stays injury free, hopefully touch wood again. You're giving him the next few months to bed himself in and adjust. So come the summer, obviously Partey's going to be part of the furniture, not part of the furniture, but as in he's going to be one of the names on the team sheet basically, no matter what, in terms of he turns up performances wise, or injured, obviously. So, but it also means them two can piss off, and we can obviously draw on Ainsley Maitland-Niles as a player to partay alongside Partey, and go out and get another if they want to. That's not going to cost us the world, but we'll work alongside someone we'll work with and bounce off a Ainsley partnership or Thomas Partey partnership. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was okay. He wasn't great. He wasn't shit. He wasn't great. He was just okay. But again, that's why I said. I've said 7 for Xhaka. It's a very just by the skin of his teeth 7. It wasn't like way. It's close to being an 8 sort of thing or 7.5. It was just over the line, like 6.9 to 7 literally. Sort of performance, and then Smith. We're going to Smith though now. Obviously, Andrew, as you all guys know, on here on the channel, and on his own channel as well, and other channels, he's been singing his praises for months, like not even months. I've got the last 12 months, if not a year, more than that. And I've been singing these praises. Obviously, when it comes to Smith Rowe, I've known about Smith Rowe coming through the academy for a long time. Literally, I think it was Arsenal's last season at the club in that December. I knew of Smith Rowe. That's Dan Smith, brother, obviously. Knowing him, and obviously they've built a friendship off meeting each other and all that. And they chat every now and then as well, along with Reece Nelson. He chats with Reece Nelson as well, my brother, but because they've met in an event and this, that, and the other, as I've mentioned before. So I've known him I've known of Smith for a bit longer than maybe most people. I think Andrew would have known. Andrew would have known of him that time as well, but he was just on the cusp sort of thing. So I've known of him, and I'm like, so I've always got that eye on him, and I'm always go on. I want to see it. I want to see a lot more of him, and he does. Every time he plays, he does excite me. He does give his all. 2 games we've been championing him for fucking ages to play since he's been back from injury. He's finally played 2 back-to-back games, and for me, he was man of the match with the Chelsea game. Obviously, Saka got it because of the goal he scored and this, that, and the other. But it's very close. It wasn't like an overwhelming night. He's definite, yeah. Well, getting 20-minute warning from the other thing. But he's doing everything for the position he's playing as well. He's doing everything that's been asked of him and more, in my opinion. If he lost the ball or something, these last 2 games he played, I know we haven't seen loads of him. Like John says, he hasn't seen enough of him yet. But what we are seeing is positive. There are positives so far. There's no negatives. Touch wood. There are positives. When he loses a ball, he doesn't just drop his head and slump his shoulders. Go, oh damn it! And not try and get the ball back or help the team out and defend. His first reaction is, I've lost the ball, okay, bang, and he's literally tracking back. If he ain't trying to get the ball back, he's literally helping his team out, one way or the other, in defending and get that, and try as a team get that ball back. He gets in the tackles, he gets stuck in. He ain't afraid to get stuck in. He ain't afraid to draw the foul either. And also, we saw it, especially against Chelsea, because the higher caliber of players they've got compared to Brighton. He was doing everything he was asked of in the sense of off the ball. He was drawing the players to him, either be Kante or Kovac or the centre backs of Chelsea. He was drawing them. Whatever he was doing, he would draw. they're getting drawn to him, and it's creating spaces when it forced Dielneny and Granit on Saturday itself to make go and sort of going sideways, backwards. Actually, majority of the time, forward passing and attack and run into some spaces and have a look around and make a positive part going forward and things like that. His link up as well is really, really good for someone of his age that hasn't played a lot at this level so far. He ain't done nothing wrong. He's literally saying something where like you can't change. You could not drop any of them players out of the 11 because you do that. As I said before, to start the stream, you do that, you're causing hell havoc for yourself, Mikel. If you drop them now on Saturday or the FA Cup, whilst it's not need to be fixed, don't keep it as it is. It's a winning formula. It's working for you. Having them three youngsters, the Smith we're touching on now, Saka and Martinelli in that squad, whilst it is working, being a positive, not just for themselves in terms of gameplay, but as a whole for your matchday squad. Don't change it because you're going to consistently, whilst you're sticking with it, you're going to get more and more positives out of it, as we've seen the first two games, obviously. And you'll get more and more of the players on side, and less of them are listening to the likes of fucking Lewis and Winnie and behind closed doors and whatever. Mark in the chat is saying Emil is very much like young De Bruyne, strong on the ball, good at breaking the lines, and very good on the ball. Yeah, and for someone so young, I keep saying so young, but he is young. He hasn't had that much game time, especially at the Premier League level. But we're seeing these performances already. Imagine what he could be like once you give him once he's played 10, 15 games. Not in a row, but obviously here, then, every 10, 15 games you go, and the confidence grows because he's more experienced. More experience he gets, the more confident he gets. What a player we've got on our hands. It would be absolutely naive and stupid of the club as a whole to let him slip through our fingers because he's an amazing talent. Yeah, exactly. So never change a winning team. Because I'm hoping Mikel doesn't, because if Mikel does so, it'll backfire on him massively. And we will go back to what we've seen up till everything we saw before Saturday, we'll see again. The losses, the couple of bother sort of performances, more players turning on him behind the scenes, leaking stuff out, trying to throw him under the bus here and there. But hopefully he knows that someone will tell him. One of his assistants will go to him. Look, keep it as it is. It's fine. Have that experience. Use their experience to help, lean back on, so to speak. I don't think Mikel's that naive or stupid to change it. But I'm just saying, if he does, he's an idiot because he's just asking for a bloody backfire, a fucking absolute hell of a backfire, not just from the fan base, but from his own players, basically. But yeah, in terms of Smith Rowe's rating, I'm gonna give him a solid 7. Again, he didn't do anything wrong. He was getting stuck in, making all the right moves. The performance was everything you could ask for him as a youngster. He was you also knew way out what we've been seeing for how many years now from Mesut? Since the 15-16 season, Mesut's performances have slowly got dropped off worse and got worse and worse. We've never, apart from that, you can argue that 15-16 season at the top is similar, or probably not similar. Or you could say obviously slightly better because of the player experience he had at the time. Slightly better than what we're seeing on Smith Rowe, but Smith Rowe is so young. That's what I'm saying. There's not much in it. He's only played a couple of games, obviously. I'm going to say that. But as I said, give him 10, 15 games, more experience, the better he'll become in the team, and the more not just for him, the team itself in and around will start to go confidence and bounce off him, and he'll bounce off them, and it starts clicking, and you start seeing the fluidity in the performance and the attack and the link up play getting better and better and better, and him breaking the lines more, and him with his ball, with his general gameplay with the ball to feet, improve even more. But yeah, what do I know? Apparently, got to go. But we'll be back to Watson again. Literally, I'll be going in about 10 minutes. I'll be hoping back up this fucking thing now. Headed pounding a bit. It is what it is before it's on. Oh dear, get it up. I think we'll get. I want to sort of hold off on the Aubameyang till near the end, because that's got to be really, like, for me, ramming it home how bad he is. Big up Albert in the chat. If you haven't already, do subscribe to him, by the way. Says, yes, but I couldn't watch on yesterday. People hit the likes. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that, and appreciate that. And hopefully, if I did, Albert just messaged you. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen in the group chat about Saturday. So if you haven't already, you let me know on that, because obviously I'm trying to get you all back together for Saturday as well. So far, Joel's on board. Obviously, Melvin, Gary will be. Let's go back here, back on the rest of you, basically. Obviously, I'm doing one more watch along. God, Newcastle versus Liverpool, literally. 10-2, let's be going live for that. Probably about 5-2 the way we're going at this rate. But yeah, I mean, Martinelli, the next player we'll touch on. Or do we go Saka? Hold off on Saka for a sec. Do Martinelli. Again, some. Oh, fucking right. Little sevens. But you know, I'm going to give him 7 points. I'm going to give him a very high 7, just shy of an 8. Because again, his performance was, for someone who's literally, again, had a massive injury, been out for much since the summer because of the injury, and he's just coming back now. So he's started actually playing competitive wise about a month now, like 3.5, 4 weeks. And already he's back. He came back on Boxing Day properly into the 11 itself. Obviously played Man City match, but into the 11 Premier League wise, his first Premier League game back, and he led by example, and his enthusiasm and passion and drive sort of got through the experienced players, get their heads up their arse and go, fucking, if he's doing it, we've got to do it. And it was the same again last night. I mean, especially his second half. How he never scored last night at the beginning of that second half at the between the 55th and 60th minute, he had a chance. He's watching the highlights last night, match of the day. Obviously, when that shot, as it's going over, it's then done over the dip. It's like, if that ball dips a split second late earlier on me, that's 1-0 itself, and it would have been an absolute sublime goal. Nothing more than he deserved, to be honest. But yeah, a very high, very, very high 7 on the verge of an 8. But you could tell, we obviously looking back when we obviously got why take Martinelli off, but you could tell he's a bit. And again, it's Arteta not overusing him as well. You don't want to, obviously, he's just come back from big injury, you don't want to overuse him, and he then and then literally we're back to square one because his performance goes, they were all fucking fucked. Saka, again, I'm going to have to give him an 8. Just because he, again, has been dragging his club on his back for most of this season, most of summer and this season. When everyone else has been down in tools or whatever, he's been trying his fucking hardest. And then last night, you normally when a player scores a goal like he did on the previous game, they sort of have a dip off in form or that matches going, it just doesn't click for him. And then last night he continued as he was. And the assist he got for the obviously winning goal was sublime. I mean, literally picked up the ball just inside the in our defensive half, obviously, and just ran with it. And literally, no fear. Turned on the old burners, and that was it. Boom. There was no catching him basically. And to then pick out Lacazette the way he did, just literally quick glance and put it back. And oh my days. Again, another sublime player we've got on our hands. I mean, thank fuck we got him tied down to a long-term contract. John saying Saka was man of the match for him. And looking at it, again, watching the game back afterwards, after streaming all that, watched it all back, and yeah, because I was saying that Smith Rowe, because again, what things it was doing, getting stuck in and all that. But Saka does edge it, sorry. And obviously with the assist, that sort of pushed it in his favour. He's again absolutely sublime, and I cannot believe we've got so much. Because every now and then you have a player or two that come through the ranks at a club at the same time, and they take you by storm out of nowhere. We've got quite obviously Martinelli. Take Martinelli out of the equation for a second here. You've got Balogun, Smith Rowe, Saka, Ainsley, to name a few, that have come through the ranks. Willock as well. Obviously, Willock's a bit more. He's got a lot more to develop. He's got lot more to do to develop to get to where they are. There's no disrespect to him. He's just a different. He's at a different phase at the moment compared to where they are. But yeah, he's still an exceptional talent. And we've got such. Again, the players we've got as well. McGuinness, Ballard, Aziz. We pretty much, if you think about it, we've got basically an 11, if not more, group of young players that could literally come into the Premier League team at Arsenal and go. You wouldn't think they're kids when they perform, that they're just breaking through, this, that, and the other, because of how they come in and they take it to like a duck to water. Does it phase them? The performances and how they play is like they've been playing for 3-4 years. They've got 3-4 years of experience behind them, and it's only just getting started, etc. Saka, I did give him, I gave him an 8, very strong 8 as well. And then Martinelli. Oh, Martinelli. I think Martinelli though. I'm confused. What have we done now? Martinelli. They did Martinelli, did Saka. Uber. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Literally, since you walked through the door, you've been smashing the goals in for fun. Literally, since you walked through the door. Then this season, you just, for whatever reason, your form has just gone out the window. And the fact that the second half, at one point, it was obviously 1-0 near the end. Say about 5-6 minutes before the end, for injury time. And it was getting outpaced by, I think it was Lewis Dunk for the ball. So it was one of the Dunk or the other guy, Burns, what his name was, getting outrun. Aubameyang's got pace, and he's being outrun, outpaced, you name it, for the ball. And his body language, like, completely different to what I said about Smith Rowe. And Smith, I'm using again Smith Rowe as an example. When Smith Rowe lost the ball, it was like, he wasn't like, he wasn't like, oh, I can't bother now, like, whatever, trottle back. Smith Rowe's like, boom, lost the ball, okay, boom, get back in there, get the ball back, we go again. Whereas Aubameyang's just like, he got outpaced that moment, you also seen his body, he's like, ugh. It's just like, he can't be bothered, and it's like, Really? What more motivation do you need to be bothered? I mean, seriously, you've just signed a new deal as well, so it's nothing to do with money. Let's be honest. You're the club captain. You're meant to be leading by example, yet the kids are showing you up on a consistent basis now. Everybody needs to step up, or we should be benched. Yeah. And the thing is, I've got nothing. I can't defend him now. There's the point where you can't defend someone, club captain, top goal scorer, whatever. You can't defend them when they're doing this. When they give them that expression, go have to be here, sort of thing, or it just isn't, or their form, or it's just the fact of their form just isn't clicking. I think I said that, I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the stream, John. I did say Laka should be benched until further notice. Club captain, right? He isn't. He's got to work, and he's got to earn the right to play, to be in the starting 11. If he can't, if he bench and he still can't magic up some form to earn that right, let's keep him on the bench. Let's keep going on the bench. Okay. And then you, as an unused sub and things like that, really do something. Something has got to be a kick up the arse for this kid. I say kid, this guy, to suddenly to find his form, to have that rocket up the arse and think, okay, life isn't easy. I actually do need to fucking fight for my spot and prove my worth. Because obviously, this club and this guy needs business now. I really have to give him the lowest score, and it's saying something. I gave I gave El Neni, was it a 3 or 2? Ober's going to get a 1 because everything he touched was shit. Shots that he would normally score was just going fucking near the fucking corner, getting closer to the corner post than the actual goal itself. It was just, I know, there times he was just, I don't know, it just didn't work for him last night. It's sort of been pretty much summed up his season since he signed a new deal. It just hasn't, because literally, the irony is that was after when he signed that deal, that was after the Fulham game midweek. Literally before that, he continued. He started the season that first game like he ended the last, scoring lots of fun. Everything he touched went to the gold. Tuesday or Wednesday, the day it was when he signed that deal after we played Fulham. We've seen since then a completely different Aubameyang. No matter what game he plays in, it's completely different to what we saw before. And the chances he's now getting, he ain't taking. But I've got to give him, he's getting the lowest score. He's got to get the lowest score for last night, and that's a 1. And that's saying something when I was giving him a 3 or 2. Oh dear. I mean, I think I'm getting the subs now quickly because I've got to wrap things up quickly. Subs. Lacazette comes on, takes a touch, then second touch was scoring the goal. First touch was setting himself up to score the goal. So again, I'm giving him an 8 because again, not just for the goal, but his actual performance for them for that last 25 minutes, plus into the half hour, including injury time. He gave us a lot more than what Uber was giving us down the middle. And it weren't just because of the goal. He was actually giving everything. He left everything on the pitch, and it's again because he's seeing what the youngsters are doing, and he's sort of that 5 of it, and he can't complain when players like that are suddenly realising their position is on the line, so to speak. Some of them step up, and Lacazette is stepping up. And that's why I've got to say, he has to start from that. Until further notice, he has to start in the striker role ahead of Aubameyang. Aubameyang has to be the one on the bench. Has to be. I mean, and then we go to the other subs quickly. Dennis Survives was on for 9 minutes. Didn't really do much, really, but I'll give him a 6. Ainsley was on for literally 5 minutes himself because it included injury time. Give him a 6 as well. And then Arteta, give him a 9. I'll give him a 9 because, again, he didn't change too much. Obviously, he tried to use the game for Uber to sort of get himself out of that rut. It didn't work, but he realised that, and he acted. So, yeah, I agree that sadly players like Eddie aren't good enough. That's another thing as well. Obviously, I think I'm hoping Arteta realises it sooner than rather than later, because the longer he sort of holds back and doesn't realise it and act, we're going to lose potentially a better striker in Balogun and be stuck and lumbered with Eddie. And that's all. Without being rude, that's all we fucking need. All due respect, Eddie, yeah, he's a good lad. He'll score goals every now and then as well for you, but his overall gameplay isn't to the level of what Balogun is. I said a few weeks ago, and I stand by it. If you look at when Eddie broke through and where Balogun has come through just now recently, and started playing for the first team, Balogun, where they're both them time frames, Balogun as a whole, his gameplay is ahead of Eddie in every department. And if you quickly, before wrapping up, think about it, Balogun does fit the Arteta gameplay and the style that Arteta wants to play. And his link-up play as well is fantastic. Let's be honest. He's played literally 40 minutes this season. Scored a goal. Was it? They scored 2 goals and an assist. And it's all them goals have come from his link up and his gameplay in general. Was Eddie's gameplay, his link up play itself, his the body strength to hold up play and all that isn't nowhere near, even now, to where Balogun is. I'm hoping obviously Arteta does realise that and actually they bend over backwards and beg back on their knees and beg Balogun not to sign for anyone else and stay with the club. But the only way they can convince Balogun is literally give him the fucking game time and not guarantee, but promise him he'll be given a chance. And by that, he will then get some game time. And obviously, if he proves himself, he'll get more game time. He'll be given a chance, yeah. This is the thing over this contract extension they're talking about. You could put a contract in front of him. He would sign. It's nothing to do with money. It's literally he has said he just wants to play now. Is that point in his life where he just wants to play and be given a chance? He's put that up, him and his agent put that up publicly now. It's down to the club. It's down to Arteta and the club to not only give him that, but prove it. Not just try to get you time a new deal. Because we saw for years that with Theo Walcott, every time he went to sign a new contract, he was saying, "I want to play striker. I want to go somewhere where I want to play striker." Then go play him striker, and as soon as he penned up, give not a new deal. He would put that back in the wing. So it's literally, if they can promise him the game time and give him that game time, as they can and they should, he would sign. But you've got to prove it to him. And then once you've proven it and got him to sign the contract, don't go back on your word. Because it'll be hell to pay otherwise. But yeah, I'm going to quickly wrap up. I'll be literally back in 2 minutes anyway for the other stream. Thanks everyone that's literally joined me and kept me company in the last, hour 15 minutes. But we've got another couple more hours to go, and then that's it for hopefully for 2020. We'll find out. I'm going to find out on Christmas, on New Year's Eve morning, if I think 4K or not in watch time hours. I'm praying to fucking God, otherwise I'm going to have to fucking think of a stream to do tomorrow. And pray it works. Oh dear. But yeah, literally, guys, just got to take this banner down, and literally, like magic, I'll see you in 2 minutes.